One thing that I've been doing for several years now is to work with the Pottery studio and to take pottery classes. My name is Suzanne Ferrari. Right now I'm a postdoctoral researcher at the Department of Biomedical Engineering. I've pursued lots of different kind of forms of art, but to be honest, it's never really something that I thought about choosing as a career. I think the main reason for that is I also had an interest in engineering, which in my opinion is very similar to arts. It gives you a slightly different perspective because there are a lot of aspects of what you do throughout kind of the throwing, the trimming process that are very similar to things that you do in engineering. I found it very hard in the beginning. It was very difficult to do even the basic kind of first steps, which is called centering, which is where you need to take your big blob of clay and get it completely centered on the wheel. As you pull, you need to move your hands together, which is why usually if you watch somebody at the wheel, their hands will always be touching one another. They usually don't kind of work completely independent of one another. Pottery is definitely a messy hobby. With any hobby, it's nice to have little gadgets, so people tend to over time accumulate lots of these little gadgets, so everybody kind of comes in with their little toolbox. My favorite part is definitely throwing. I think it's very relaxing to be working with the wet clay. I typically like to make bowls. I say that because sometimes you don't always have complete control over what the clay wants to do. And I find that typically when I'm throwing on the wheel, most of the things I make turn into bowls. So.